Howdy, folks. I am Alan for today's news. I will be reading and speaking about world news, interesting news, news to keep you entertained, and news to keep you informed. What I got for you first is here's something from yesterday. Here's something from the Daily Digest. Australia could be the safest country if there is ever a nuclear apocalypse, whatever we call it. Uh, Fears of nuclear war. Since the Russian invasion of Ukraine and subsequently geographically lynching, fears of nuclear war have been in the air, prompt many question what a nuclear conflict would mean for humanity and the planet. Devastating consequences. Any nuclear conflict would have a huge range of devastating consequences, from initial deaths and the direct blast of the lingering effects of radiation, environment, pollution, and famine. Survivors, even in the most severe scenario. Nevertheless, there will likely be pockets of survivors around the planet, even in the most severe scenario, scientists says. The best chance of survival, and of course, those in the most resilient nations would stand the best chance of avoiding a pre-industrial collapse. Researchers have found that Australia, followed by its neighbor New Zealand, is the best placed country to survive a nuclear winter and help reboot a collapsed human civilization. It was revealed in a study published in the journal Risk Analysis that also points to Iceland, Solomon Islands, and Vanuatu, whatever you call it, as a place to survive during a nuclear apocalypse. There's 21 pages of this. Anyway, if you want to read about this, it'll be in my description box. Factors include food production, energy self-sufficiently manufacture, and the disaster effect on climate, among others. Australia and New Zealand, both robust agricultural producers and tucked away from the likely sites of Northern Hemisphere nuclear fallout. Top the list with Australia performing best overall. So the best place to be is Australia, New Zealand, is what they're saying. So you want to read the rest of this, be in my description box. There'll be a short newscast probably. Here's some from Newsweek. China can take out the entire U.S. this way, Lawmaker Warns. Texas State Senator Bob Hall on Sunday said that 5 or 6 balloons, like the one spotted flying over American airspace last month, could pose a major threat to the United States. Hall is a Republican lawmaker, first elected to the Texas State Senate in 2014. He also previously served in the United States Air Force, reaching the rank of captain and working in the Space and Missile Systems Center. Hall made an appearance on Fox News on Sunday and spoke about the potential threats posed to the U.S. by balloons like the Chinese one that was shot down 3 weeks ago over the Atlantic Ocean. As the state senator explained, such balloons have a history in nuclear testing and could still be significant threats. While a few of them could take out the entire country, he also said that just one could still have a disastrous effect on the country's infrastructure. It's a real threat, Hall said. The first high-altitude nuclear test was done using a weather balloon to determine its efficiency. We know it's been in the arsenal of our enemies for quite a while. Well, a balloon wouldn't be quite as effective as a rocket that carry it higher. Probably 5 or 6 would be enough to take out the entire United States. Just one would be so catastrophic that there is a possibility it could bring down the rest of the power grid by itself. And there's more to read if you want to read more about that in my description box. Here's something. The U.S. reached its debt ceiling on January 19. Well, we knew that. What's the date? This news yesterday. The Treasury Department announced on Thursday, January 19, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says extraordinary measure has begun to migrate financial repercussions, but all those measures include pausing Social Security payments. Pausing Social Security payment. That's going to hit me. In the past, Congress has avoided this by raising the debt limit, but House Republicans say they will not support another increase unless they get spending cuts or other concessions. NPR reported defaulting on the debt would be a first in the U.S. history, said the New York Times, and it would force officials to choose between continuing assistance like Social Security and paying interest on the nation's debt. However, a House Republican payment prioritizing plan would call for the Biden administration to make only the most urgent federal payment if the debt limit is reached. The plan may also specify that the Treasury Department continue making payments on Social Security, Medicare, and veterans benefits, as well as military funding, according to two people aware of the internal discussion as reported by the Washington Post. And there's more to read. We'll read more about it. And this brings me to another discussion that the feds are talking about raising the rates again, and because people are not spending much, and you know that if you raise the rates on these credit cards and stuff, people are still going to be spending less. Before you know it, the APR is going to be like 75%. What are you going to do then? You won't be able to pay off your charge cards. Everybody have to file for bankruptcy, I guess. Blame it on the government. Anyway, let's go to the next one. This is from Fox News. North Korean parents to get prison time for letting their kids watch Hollywood. Foreign films report. North Korean parents will be sent to prison if their kids are caught watching foreign films just once, according to the news report. Parents were previously left off with a stern warning if their children were found to be in possession of illicit films smuggled into the country. Now parents are being told at wherever this place is, neighborhood watch meetings across the country, that there will be no longer be a leniency. Per Radio Free Asia, teens caught watching Hollywood or South Korean films will be sent to prison camps for 5 years, while their parents will go into a labor center for 6 months. A source from the South Providence told the U.S.-funded outlet that parents were told education for children begins at home. If parents do not educate their children for moments to moments, they will dance and sing of capitalism and becomes anti-socialist. The source, speaking of the condition of anonymity, reported said the crackdown on foreign media comes after reports emerged in December that North Korean authorities alleged executed 2 minors, ages 16 and 17, for watching and distributing South Korean movies. A resident told Radio Free Asia they were told that those who watch or distribute South Korean movies and dramas And those who disrupt social order by murdering other people will not die forgiven and will sentence to the maximum penalty death. Now this is really cruel, you know. This is unhumane. NATO should go in and just fucking, excuse me, and straighten them out. Just for watching movies. That's unspeakable. See, where did I say that at here? It says that teens caught watching Hollywood or South Korean films will be sent to prison camps for 5 years. It's not a crime to watch a movie, even from another country, and their parents will go to a labor center for 6 months. Oh man, I swear. We need to blast that country out of this, off the ground. Anyway, here's something from Insider. A North Carolina woman randomly won $1 million on a scratch-off during a grocery store run. A North Carolina woman bought a $10 scratch-off from a convenience store during a grocery run. I don't usually buy over $1, and I don't hardly buy them at all. Sherry, I would think, losing $10, you don't win nothing. You lost $10 real quick. Sherry Birch soon learned that she won $1 million. She went to the lottery headquarters last week to claim her prize. A North Carolina woman bought a $10 scratch ticket while shopping at a convenience store and later learned that she had won $1 million. State lottery official says. Sherry purchased her ticket from Countryside Food Market in Statesville, about 40 miles from Charlotte. According to a statement from the North Carolina Education Lottery, it was $1 million bankroll scratch-off ticket. Officials said that Birch went to lottery headquarters last week, Thursday, February 23rd, to claim her prize. The maiden resident decided to collect a lump sum of $600,000 and walked away with $427,503 after taxes. It's not clear that Birch wanted to do what she wanted to do with the fortune. Previous winner told the North Carolina Education Lottery about plans to get double knee replacement surgery or open up their dream business. In their statement, the state lottery note that sales from the scratch-off games especially help make it possible for the lottery to raise $2.5 million a day on average for education. Ooh, Missouri don't do that. Anyway, I would, I read something on here. I don't see it now. Let's see. Anyway, I read something somewhere. I thought it was on here that she could have had. She didn't take the lump area right here. The other option was $50,000 in installments for the next 20 years. I would, most people do the lump sum. I would do the installments. That way I have. This is better than retirement. $50,000 a year. You got to take taxes out of it, but Anyway, that's all I got for you today. And don't forget to like, subscribe, come back, watch once in a while. And I'll try to have more news for you, interesting news and entertainment news and all kinds of news. So thanks for watching. Later.